It feels and looks like real magic, and you'll be standing in a totally different world very, very quickly. The opposite of courage in society isn't cowardice, it is conformity. Your results today are actually not yours. We were brought up in a system that was built on mediocrity. Today, you will learn what it means to win, to break out of that mold and belong to the top 1%. This is a game changer. It changed my life like night and day, and it will change yours. Well, hello there. Today, you and I are going to uncover why they want you to be average and how you're programmed to stay mediocre. You're not programmed for success. You and I have been programmed to belong to the masses of people who are just staying stuck in the hamster wheel. Today, you will learn what it means to win, to break out of that mold and belong to the top 1%. Who are they that programmed us? It's people who are living a program that they were given. What does that mean? When you and I arrived on planet Earth, we were a subjective mind and a body. There was no conscious faculties yet to decide, reject, or accept. So we were programmed first through our family tree, through our DNA, and then that programming was reinforced in an early age, between newborn and 5-6 years of age. So your results today are actually not yours. What? Your results today are largely an expression of other people's habitual way of thinking. We have inherited all these illusions, these mental programs that we act out without any conscious thought, without any questioning. The truth is, you cannot give what you don't have. You hear parents say, well, I want my kids to have everything I didn't have. Well, how could they give more than they had? So if you are a parent and you want more and better for your children, this is for you. We were brought up in the read, remember, and repeat factory, like I call it. School is great for many things, but it was, for most of us, a memory factory. We learned what to think, we didn't learn how to think. You can learn more today on YouTube with information that is more current and more applicable to you right where you are now than in many colleges around. Eric Hoffer said something brilliant a long time ago. The illiterate of the 21st century are not the people who can't read or write. It's the people who can't learn, unlearn, and relearn. How could a teacher give us any more than they had? I remember in school I were handed a book with things that you could become. You know, attorney, firefighter, teacher. And I browsed through the book, eagerly trying to find magician or illusionist, and it wasn't there. And of course I felt conflicted and misplaced. But that's the system we grew up in. The opposite of courage in society isn't cowardice, it is conformity, like Earl Nightingale would say. So we are programmed to follow the masses of people around us. Why did you go to the school you went to? Why did you choose the work you decided on? Why are you earning the kind of money you are earning? The answers to those questions lies in your environment. If the masses of people around us were living financially free and abundant lives, we could just sort of plug along with the masses, but that is not the case. It has never been the case. You know, people want the results of others often, and yet they resist doing what they need to do to learn from those people. Because the truth is, you and I create results based on awareness and not our knowledge or intellect. So let's learn to understand the difference. You see, a person doesn't earn 100,000 a year because they want to. They earn 100,000 because they're not aware of what it means to earn 100,000 a month. Could they do it, or a week, or a day? Absolutely. All of that is possible. So your key is in the 7 levels of awareness that you will learn today. And awareness is one of my favorite subjects. In fact, I wrote a book about that concept with my great friend Greg Hertz. Awareness is not taught in school, and it should be. As we move through those 7 levels, everything changes for you. So let's go through them one at a time. The first, lowest level is animalistic consciousness. That's fight or flight. You know, our little dogs here at home, they have 5 senses, like you and I. They are very aware of their objective world, but not their subjective world. A lot of people are not very far from that. They live in a very reactive state. The second level is mass consciousness. That's where you just sort of plug into where everybody else around you is doing and follow along. I was playing in the band I played in because my friends did. I dated the people I dated because my friends did. I did virtually everything that my friends did. Not only do we have to think alike, we have to look alike with school uniforms, and then we start in the military and the same thing happens, and then we get out of that a little later in life and ask ourselves, maybe for the first time, what do I really want out of life? And it becomes a scary thing. And what do? Start following along along the friend's suggestion or somebody else around us. Look around, look down the street. Don't the houses look pretty much the same? Look at the people you associate with the most, and you'll become very aware that there's a pattern there. It's mass consciousness. When I see a lot of people move in that direction, I move in that direction. And historically, the masses have never been right. So what are your odds of success by sort of just following along? Not very big. All right, so maybe now's a good time to start questioning, not whether they're good or bad people, that's not all right, or start questioning where does the motivation come from to act on the things they act on. Now, the third level is called aspiration. That's where there's an impulse to grow within you that is causing you to want more. See more, do more, have more, earn more. Maybe it's in fleeting glimpses of wanting more. It keeps poking at you in your consciousness. That's a natural impulse. It's good to want more. It's a healthy state. You need to become more of who you are. You need to let the essence of you shine through. So what is it that you really want? Start paying attention to that. Start honoring the uniqueness that is you. And the fourth step here is discipline. Discipline is the ability to give yourself a command and follow it. It takes a respectable amount of discipline to not only honor yourself, but also act on what you say you're going to act on. That's a mental habit. You can practice that in small ways on a daily basis. Personally, I like to do cryotherapy because it's not easy. It doesn't feel good in the beginning. It takes mental discipline, but I enjoy the effects of it. So yeah, it hurts sometimes. Yes, it feels like a setback sometimes, but you know what? You will never gain any traction or create any great results without temporary setbacks. And you have everything that it takes to do it. So Helen Keller, would she have been Helen Keller if she wasn't born blind and deaf? She became one of the most inspirational personalities in human history. How about Elon Musk? He was bullied most of his life. Personally, I would not be where I am today if I hadn't gone through a phase of what felt like building everything back up from scratch. I was close to homeless in a new country with nothing but 2 suitcases and a deck of cards in my hands. It wasn't comfortable, but I know I had to go through it. That discipline you need is already there. You have to sometimes pay the price to experience greater results. You know, some people will say, well, that's a sign from the universe saying I shouldn't move, I shouldn't do this, I shouldn't act right now. That's so unfortunate. Most people use the disturbance as a sign. The universe doesn't care, it's amoral. The question is, what do you really want? When you're doing less than your best, that is a form of self-betrayal. And if you're in the habit of not acting on that command that you give yourself, you are in the habit of not doing it. And if you're in the habit of not acting on that program that you know will take you to your goal, I'm sorry, but like my good friend and mentor Bob Proctor once said to me, and I'll say the same to you, you simply don't deserve to win. It's really that simple. Now, the 6th level, that's experience. That's actually where real learning comes in. You see, learning is not memorizing information like we think it is in school. Learning is taking information, integrating information, acting on the information, and the feedback to the senses from the change in that is learning. And I'm going to show you right now, with an illusion, what it means to move up to the high performance level where people you admire live. Let's go. As you can tell, blank sheet of paper, and now I'm going to draw yourself, myself, and a few of our little friends. That's 1, 2, that's 3, that's 4, and that is 5. Wow, I think that came out really nice actually. What do you think? There we go. And I say, well, that's not really serious, Anders. Well, this will make sense to you in a moment. So here we are in the middle, you and I and 4 of our little friends. And you're getting results in your life right now based on the awareness level you're at. And the awareness level that you're at is an expression of the people that you hang around. Well, now you say, I don't want that anymore. I want new results. And the results I want is expressed in a totally different awareness level, more like the people that are up here. They get results they get in life because they operate on a different awareness level. And so how can we get there? What it takes is integrating a technique I'll share with you in a moment. But first, let me illustrate what happens when you do this. It feels and looks like real magic, and you'll be standing in a totally different world very, very quickly. We move to that level very quickly, very effectively, and that, my friend, is real magic. You are the average of the top 5 people you spend most time with. So your job today is to define someone who have the results that you would like to have and do what you can to work with them, learn from them, spend time with them. You can classify your environment in 3 groups of people. 1, old friends and family members. 2, your peers, people that are doing what you're doing or want to do what you're doing. And 3, the mentors, people that you look up to that have the results that you want. What you want to do is spend a little less time with the first group. Doesn't mean you're not seeing your family, doesn't mean that you're not seeing your friends, but you're dialing a little bit back. You say no with love and respect maybe. When they call next time and say if you have time for a coffee, you would say maybe I'd love to drink a cup of coffee with you. How is Thursday in this time slot? I'd love to do that. So now you are saying yes, but on your terms. Now the second group are your peers. These are people that you want to hang around more, you want to spend more time with. These are growth-oriented people. There are probably not a lot of them in your closest circles right now. It can feel like a lonely journey sometimes when you start on it. I will put a link in our description here to our Facebook group, our Real Magic community, where you will have thousands of people studying along with you, sharing ideas with you. And we just started a new group in English. We have 11,000 people in our Danish one. We're starting a new one in English because there's so much success, there's so much momentum, and we want to give that to you as well. So make sure you click that link and become a member. And the third group, of course, is our mentors. We want to be around mentors, people who have the results that we want. We may not get as much time with them, but the time we do get is extremely valuable. When you surround yourself with success, people who are moving and creating and making the things happen that you want, you automatically become more successful. They always invest time and resources in themselves, and so should you. In fact, you're doing it right now by being here. Let me know what you think. Give us a thumbs up for this video if you like it, and check out the next videos we've lined up for you right here that will help you live and lead a better, richer, and more fulfilling life. This is Anders Hansen. Bye for now.